Shadows of the Oborozuki, the Covenant of Stealth. Chapter 22, Kokoro.
As the weeks passed within the village of Oborozu, the more I knew this was now home. I wondered as to what my brothers were doing back in Katsushoji, and if they were in good shape. But the events of my stay here in the village kept me preoccupied and entertained enough to keep me from feeling homesick. I knew my brothers as they knew me well enough to know I was in good hands. Hiro Funatoki Higashi.
Darkness had fallen. The crescent moon glowed brightly over the mountain ranges of Ki Prefecture. The stars gave their light within their degrees of glory. The family of the Oborozuki, with Furanaku and Lady Chidori, sat outside beneath the dining hut, giving light from its paper lantern, hanging from its roof. The flame flickered, reflecting its glow onto the oaken carved table while a moth flapped about around the lamplight. King Hiro Musashi's presence soon broke the tranquil atmosphere of the garden, interrupting a discussion amongst Furanaku and his new brethren. "Husband," said Lady Nariko, "please do not be mad, but many of the clansmen feel as though you have abandoned them. I understand how you all feel, but as a Zukikage I have duties of my own, not for me but for the benefit of our clan, the Oborozuki. Look around, all of you, go on, look at all our people. Look at what we have. We may appear to be all right, we may have gold and immortality, but our clan is getting smaller each passing century and there have been very few new births lately." All warriors contemplated quietly to themselves as their Zukikage spoke. They gazed at each other with sadness and concern. The Nozimi is still out there somewhere and is growing stronger year by year. Soon, if we are not careful, we may be overthrown. We must continue to live in the shadows, but at the same time we can no longer rely on the Oborozuki bloodline to survive. "What are you getting at?" asked Prince Gary Yudoshi. "I think what Zukikage is trying to tell us is that he is searching for others who can join our clan," guessed Princess Ayanagi. "What? Heresy!" shouted Lord Kozutsu. "Heresy," King Hiro said with a raised brow. "Heresy? Look before you at Furanaku. Is this young samurai not worthy? Who? And Chidori? What about her worthiness?" "Kozutsu, Zukikage is right," said Princess Ayanagi. "Listen to him," said Lady Shinsho. "Open your eyes, all of you. We are dying, yet we do not even know it." The clansmen were silent. Tears fell from some eyes. "The kami spirits are angry with us," stated Lord Kenshin. "If this is so, it is because we have not seen who we truly are," said Prince Sanzo Hayato. "Over time we have forgotten and taken everything for granted." "This is both sad but true," said a voice from the distance as the shadowy figure of a man holding an eagle staff approached the candlelit table. "Deizetsu-sama," cried some of the clansmen. "Changes need to be made, but delicately. I have known for some time now after Zukikage's last arrival about his plan, but even I do not know everything or whatever takes Zukikage northward. I do not know. But understand that as your Zukikage, we cannot push his authority. All I can say to all of you is to have faith in him. He is the foundation, you are the steeple, the pillars. I am the roof over your heads and Queen Sakoku is the lifeline of all of us. Now Zukikage has something to tell all of you." "Yes, Deizetsu-sama," shouted the elite warriors. "I have gathered together a group of disciples. I shall continue to do this until the number is 12, as is the usual number for any covenant pertaining to the Ouroboros, and I shall not stop, for 9 of them have I found and Furanaku-san is one of them. The other 8 are together in a safe place where I have paid good money to keep them safely hidden." As Furanaku looked around him, he could see many of the clansmen looking down, shaking their heads in disappointment. "Furanaku-san," shouted Princess Ayanagi. "All this time? I cannot believe it. I cannot believe you. Furanaku-san, you knew this and did not even tell me. I am the princess and the one who looks after you when you are sick to death." "Yes, Princess Ayanagi, I am sorry, but I couldn't tell you or the others. I was sworn to secrecy by our lordship and master. Please don't be angry with me, for I was under strict orders. It's not my fault." "You are all my brothers and sisters now," stated Furanaku as he looked around at his surrounding clansmen. "I would do anything to defend you and our brothers back home." Princess Ayanagi shed tears and left the table. "What is her problem?" asked Lord Kozutsu. "Give her a break," said Lord Jakan. "After all these years of being such a hard as she is probably bursting for a cry. Best let her go." Lady Ote stood and took a bow to apologize to King Hiro. "I am sorry, my king, but I better go and calm her down. She never gets like this." "You are excused, Ote," replied King Hiro. "Thank you, Tsukikage. So we have more brothers out there," stated Lord Monso. "Yes, little brothers to all of you here at the table. I do not know what it is, but in a way that is soothing to know, Tsukikage," stated Lady Shinsho with a smile. "Just how old are these brothers of ours?" asked Prince Sanzo. "Their ages range from 21 to 33. How good are they?" asked Lord Kozutsu. "Very good. They all have potential to be great noble bushi like each and every one here tonight. I picked the very best I could find, all from different shinobi and samurai clans around Japan, ronin without a home. Like lost pups, I found them and gave them a new home." King Hiro outstretched his arms to point towards Furanaku. "Let Furanaku be an example to my words. How great is this young samurai? As young as he is, his knowledge is profound and his skills are much more than adequate, although his wisdom still needs much broadening. This shall come while he matures with age in the Shindo spirit." As the hours passed by, the haunting melody of the village bell faded away into the abyss of the dense forest. The night descended, cloaking the surroundings in an enigmatic veil. The flickering light of candles and lanterns breathed life into the shadows, as the clansmen prepared for a well-deserved rest.
In the heart of the village, nestled within the protective walls of the dojo, King Hiro summoned an assembly of the 3 Sannin of the Oborozuki clan. The atmosphere within the revered hall was charged with anticipation, as each member eagerly awaited the king's words. Prince Sanzo Hayato, adorned in the traditional garb of a warrior, exchanged a glance with Prince Garayudoshi Yamata, their eyes reflecting unwavering determination. Lady Ote Kurigai, accompanied by her father, Elder Deizetsu, exuded an air of grace and strength. Together, they formed a formidable council. Swiftly, the doors swung open, and Lady Chidori, the youngest yet bravest member of the clan, entered the hall. Her steps were light, her presence commanding respect. With a bow as graceful as a fleeting swallow, she paid homage to her king and Tsukikage, Hiro Musashi, the master of the shadows. "Chidori, I have a mission for you." King Hiro's voice resonated through the stillness of the room, his words carrying weight and purpose. "However, it is dangerous and there is a chance you may not return. Do you accept?" "Yes, my king," Lady Chidori answered, her voice unwavering. "I have waited for such an opportunity as this." The magnitude of the task bestowed upon her was not lost on anyone present. The room held its breath as King Hiro continued, his voice deep with conviction. "Very well. I need you armed and armored, ready to leave for Mount Hiei upon the morrow. I want you to infiltrate the Nozimi stronghold and gather any information that may be useful in revealing their plans." "Yes, my king," Lady Chidori responded, her eyes gleaming with determination. "Your wish is my command." The room resonated with a sense of unyielding loyalty and unity as Lady Chidori's resolve brushed against the hearts of her fellow clan members. She was ready to face the treacherous path ahead, fueled by her unwavering dedication to the Oborozuki clan. With a final nod from King Hiro, Lady Chidori bowed gracefully, acknowledging the weight of the task at hand.
The light of his traveling lantern flickered against his white furisode robe, which was bound together by a red and white obi. A red and orange autumn cloak enhanced his presence, which was patterned with black leaves on it. Well-groomed in Wakashu style with his magic Cal black comb set in his hair, Furanaku walked down the grey stone pathway from the training grounds towards the female quarters. He followed the winding streets, passing by the stables of the illustrious clan's beautiful white oxen. Their gentle snores echoed through the night, comforting Furanaku. Continuing on his journey, he stumbled upon the clan's white horses, with their manes fluttering in the soft breeze, stood regally within their stables. Furanaku gazed at them, captivated by their grace and beauty. It was as if they possessed an otherworldly aura, a reminder of the timeless elegance of Oborozu. Leaving the horses behind, Furanaku proceeded along a winding path that led him to a grove of ancient trees. As he stepped closer, a breathtaking sight greeted him. A trio of white A.K.A hounds lay nestled together, their bodies rising and falling in perfect harmony. The nocturnal guardians of the village, their presence brought a sense of security to Furanaku's troubled mind. With a renewed sense of purpose, Furanaku continued his exploration, guided by the flickering starlight. The path led him further into the heart of the village until he beheld the mighty oak tree, its gnarled branches reaching towards the heavens. The tree that possessed a striking resemblance to a female vulva, its opening a portal to a realm unknown. In front of it, the phallic stone adorned with delicate shamai paper hanging swaying in the gentle breeze. Furanaku marveled at the symbolism, knowing that within that sacred space lay ancient secrets and profound wisdom. Furanaku turned his gaze away from the oak tree and continued his journey into the female abode. Hearing the sound of the winds pass through the trees around him, in the darkness Furanaku could hear a creaking sound, a sound that made him feel a sudden uneasiness. As he looked around himself, he could see the female Miko shrine guardians at their posts holding their bows ready to defend their home at any given moment. Feeling a bit uneasy, Furanaku bowed his head in passing. "Who goes there?" shouted the Miko warrior priestesses. "It is I, Furanaku Takeno Higashi, Tsukikage's personal pupil." Furanaku feared being in the wrong place at the wrong time. "This is female quarters. State your reason for trespassing at once," demanded one of the Miko. "Oh, I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to be here. It is just that I urgently need to speak with Princess Ayanagi. I will be as brief as possible and make way. Please let me pass, you have my word." The priestesses looked at each other, whispering. "Okay, but have it known that we do not usually allow males to come through this area without permission from Tsukikage or Queen Sakoku herself, but I am sure as Wakashu you mean no threat here. Off you go and make it quick, Furanaku-san." The women giggled. "Yes, I will," replied Furanaku with an upraised brow. "What are they laughing at?" In view of the beautiful Heian-style housing and across the darkened pathways between the cedars, a dimly lit room in the not-so-far distance gave adequate light to the walking grounds of the female quarters. Furanaku approached the room of Princess Ayanagi and Lady Otei. Taking a deep breath, Furanaku was about to call out, but before given the chance to call, Lady Otei felt a presence outside the room and stood up to approach the door. "Oh, Furanaku-san? What are you doing here?" "You cannot be here without permission," exclaimed Lady Otei. "I have my permission. I really need to speak with Princess Ayanagi." Otei glared at Furanaku, remaining silent. "Lady Otei, please. Princess Ayanagi does not wish to see or speak with you at this time. Can you just let me in for a second?" "No means no. Go away, Furanaku. Give her some space." Furanaku felt uneasy, more than before. For crying out loud, it's not my fault. At least pass a message on for me. Please, tell her that I would do anything to protect her and this village. I owe so much to her for helping me out. I will not be able to sleep at night knowing that Princess Ayanagi hates me because she thinks I'd lie to her." Lady Otei sighed. "Ayanagi does not hate you, Furanaku." Princess Ayanagi's saddened eyes opened as she heard Furanaku's voice. "Otei, just tell Furanaku to leave me alone." Princess Ayanagi's yell could be heard from the distance. "You heard her, Furanaku. Just leave. I am sorry, Furanaku, there is nothing I can do for now." Furanaku opened the shoji screen behind Otei, but she placed her body in front of Furanaku to stop him from entering the room. "For someone who is Wakashi, you do not understand women very well, do you, Furanaku? Trust me, just leave her alone for a while." "Fine, be that way then," shouted Furanaku to Princess Ayanagi. "You are the one who can't see past such a simple thing." Furanaku left the veranda of the woman's chambers, slamming the shoji screen behind him. "Control yourself, Furanaku-san. Enough is enough. Now go," demanded Lady Otei as she walked back into the room. The sound of rumbling footsteps could be heard on the corridors outside under the veranda of the rooms. Several Miko shrine maidens came running after hearing some arguing. "What is going on, Furanaku-san?" demanded a Miko in charge of the women's quarters. "Nothing, I was just leaving." A tear trickled from Furanaku's eye down onto his cheek. A Miko went into the room of Lady Ote and Princess Ayanagi to see what's wrong. Seeing that everything was okay, the Mikos left to return to their posts. Furanaku felt as though he had just been slapped in the face, and for no adequate reason. He walked back to his chamber saddened by the cold words of Princess Ayanagi. "I am so depressed, but why? Why do I feel this way because of her? A shinobi should never feel like this over someone. I am ashamed." Few crickets broke the extreme silence from time to time with the creaking of cedar trees as the wind in through the trees bristled their leaves. Furanaku could not sleep at all. Princess Ayanagi awakened several times throughout the night and wept ever so softly, silently to go unnoticed. As the first rays of dawn painted the sky, the clanking of the small shrine bell attached to its long red and white woven string caught the local kami's attention. Hallowed stone steps that ascended to the Oborozuki dream shrine were scattered with leaves. A breeze swept them up, scattering the leaves all around the sacred grounds of this shrine, which was located near the wishing well of the village, guarded by a guardian kami known as the Lady of the Well, who carried one's dreams into the other world, where she would weave magic to make one's desires manifest into the mortal plane. Furanaku and Lady Chidori were making prayers to the kami that inhabited the hallowed shrine above the stone steps. "She hates my guts, doesn't she, Chidori? Why all of a sudden?" "It is because she hated me to begin with, and now she has an excuse." "Why ask me if you already made up your mind about her? It just seems obvious." No, that's not true, Furanaku. Princess Ayanagi said she was over it. She just plays hard like that. You need to understand the way she is, Furanaku. She will come to you in time, all in due time. Yeah, all on her terms. Furanaku flicked his red and orange autumn cloak around him. He walked down the temple steps to go about his day, for the afternoon would be spent with his brothers who were going fishing down by the river. "That's right, Furanaku," yelled Lady Chidori as Furanaku began walking away. "She's a woman, thought you were used to that." Furanaku remained silent and continued walking onward, well knowing that what Lady Chidori said was indeed true. For who was he of all people as Japan's third gender to argue with such logic and reason? The cat had got his tongue and the girls knew it. Lady Chidori stood at the gates of Oborozu tended by two Miko, her red and white armor glistening under the newly emerged sun. Her heart beat with a fierce determination, knowing that the road ahead would test her skills, her spirit, and her will as a Bugeisha. With a final glance back at her village, Lady Chidori set forth on her perilous journey. Though the path was shrouded in uncertainty, she embraced it with unwavering resolve and the knowledge that every step she took was a testament to the honor and legacy of the Oborozuki clan. Thus, with the kami of the wind guiding her every move, Lady Chidori embarked on her first mission, ready to bring honor to her clan and carve her name into the annals of the Oborozuki's illustrious history.
The night was warm, and the sweet scent of pine drifted on the breeze, which spoke of rain and moisture. The stars were spread across the sky like a multitude of glittering gems. A radiant blue-white star shone brightly above all the other stars, Sirius, piercing through the canvas of infinite creation. The hunter's moon reflected in its degree of glory as it gave light to the forests of the silent Ki Mountains. Furanaku traversed through the steamy mists of Kumano. It wasn't long before he grew weary from his hike. He had soon found his way towards the hot springs by the silent village of Oborozu, where he desired a long-awaited bath. Among the frothing springs of the forest groves, a water nymph arose from the watery depths. He discarded his dark cloak as he crept towards the spring. Furanaku leaned against a nearby pine tree, where he gazed at the delightful vision before his eyes. He had not realized from a distance how beautiful this woman was, and he was captured as effectively as he had once been captured by Kuno Garuda. Who was this creature? Was it a spirit from the other world? She cleaned her long raven hair, water running in rivulets down her smooth skin. Furanaku's eyes followed the trail of water down her body, his eyes traveling dangerously low. "Have you seen enough?" she demanded. Furanaku recognized the voice as Princess Ayanagi's. She turned her head, and she peered over her shoulder to look at Furanaku, with a mischievous grin and a raised eyebrow. He hesitated for a moment. "No, it's not what you think. I was just waiting for you to finish so I could take a bath." "Yeah, that's right, a bath." Furanaku felt like a pervert and an idiot, stuttering in embarrassment. Here in this village, men and women can bathe together. Princess Ayanagi told him. "Is it not the same from where you are from, Furanaku?" "Ah, no they don't, but I have been to places where people do. It's just that I wasn't sure about that custom here." "Would you just shut up and get in?" Princess Ayanagi demanded in mock exasperation. Okay," said the nervous Furanaku. He removed his white underrobes as he stood uncertainly in his loin-cloth. It was then that Princess Ayanagi saw for the first time the inten tattoo upon Furanaku's chest. As Princess Ayanagi gazed at it, she believed it to signify a certain destiny, one that had brought them together that night, brought together by the universe, and whatever else had a hand in the lives of human beings. Princess Ayanagi soon broke the mist-filled silence with a giggle. "What is so funny?" Furanaku wondered, was it something about his body? "Are you actually going to leave your fundoshi on? Is that the way it is? I mean, I've never had to remove my loincloth when I am taking a bath with anyone. Take it off, now. Take it easy, take it easy. As ridiculous as I think this is, Princess Ayanagi, I will do it just to shut you up." With some discomfort, Furanaku removed his fundoshi loincloth and proceeded into the water. Princess Ayanagi pulled a face at him and laughed. "What is so funny? Take it easy, Furanaku. I was just laughing because I made you remove your loincloth." "What? I was only joking about taking it off and bathing together. It is not casual at all here, you actually fell for it." Princess Ayanagi burst into a fit of giggles. "You deceived me." Furanaku shook his head, his face turning vermilion. "I should have known better than to believe you, Princess Ayanagi. You made a fool of me. I will pay you back until your ancestors feel it." "Ah, do not be so serious all the time, Furanaku, you are too tense. You really need to relax. You take things far too seriously." She swam over behind him and started massaging his shoulders. "But look at the situation, Princess Ayanagi. This is embarrassing, and you did cross the line a bit, don't you think?" "Nope, I find it amusing. So stop worrying all the time, Furanaku, because I do not mind at all. You are so cute when you are embarrassed. Maybe I need to embarrass you some more, what do you think? Such a lovely shade of red. Do not push it now, Princess Ayanagi. All I want to do is take a decent bath. So, having me here does not please you. I see the way you look at me. I am not stupid. Well, if you want the truth, I will tell you. A person would have to be stupid, or simply blind, not to see how beautiful you are. So, I suppose having you here is somewhat okay." "Somewhat?" She screeched at him as she slapped repeatedly. "Let me show you what I think of somewhat. Get off. Stop it. Ouch. Quit it." She slapped him 3 times in rapid succession, leaving red handprints blooming on his arms and legs. "Ow, ow, ow. Why would you take offense to that? I was just complimenting you. Now I have to go back with red marks all over me. Everyone is going to ask why. What am I supposed to do then? Would you just shut up and get it over and done with?" demanded Princess Ayanagi. Her eyes pierced Furanaku's soul. "Get what over and done with?" "Furanaku, sometimes I think you are being deliberately stupid. You really do not understand women, do you?" Princess Ayanagi glared at him as she rose from the water. She turned to walk out of the hot spring. Furanaku grabbed her around the waist and pulled her back in, turning her to face him as he did so. I don't. I've never, said Furanaku with hesitation. You mean that, you have never? I don't think so, how would I know? What do you mean? Well, you know. So, you have then? You either have or you have not, which is it? Ayanagi was getting frustrated. This was not how she imagined it. There was too much talking for a start. Well? She demanded, pulling away from him to the other side of the spring. I am going to go with. No. So I am your first. Well, does talking to women and touching count? Or the fact I was unknowingly seduced by a fox spirit? Princess Ayanagi shook her head with exasperation. Come here, you silly little boy. I have something for you. Really, what is it? He moved towards her, and she lowered herself in the spring. As he came into range, she launched herself on him in a cascade of droplets and a throaty growl. She pushed them both down under the water. Furanaku came up spluttering and trying to get the water out of his nose and eyes. This was made more difficult when Princess Ayanagi grabbed his head firmly and grinded her lips against his. Instinct took over and Furanaku lost himself in the moment and the feeling of Princess Ayanagi's wet skin. As Furanaku caressed her, he held her firmly against him, his hands wandered over her body. Furanaku gazed into her dark eyes and their lips met with bruising force. That is better. Princess Ayanagi told him, almost purring with satisfaction. She was in control, her hesitation slowing being replaced with confidence. Making love to a wakashu seemed no harder than doing the same for a woman, maybe it was even easier. Princess Ayanagi gasped at the sensation of being penetrated. Her body responded in a way she would never have considered possible, and she started to wonder if this weren't more natural than making love to women. Their bodies intertwined as if they were made to fit, like pieces in a jigsaw puzzle. Then the physical became spiritual, as their bodies joined so completely and he lost his hardness inside her softness in a rush of heat and sweat. She stole his hardness with her softness, and as both experienced spiritual climax, their souls became one. The candle-lit room was warm and comfortably romantic, scented with the sweet aroma of musk incense handmade by the Oborozuki maidens themselves. What are you doing, Ayanagi? Asked Furanaku, as he noticed her arranging specific instruments of small needles, colored ink with bamboo tubes, pieces of cloth, water and candles. I have a gift for you, Furanaku, a tradition of the Sagami family. When a woman falls in love with the one she wants to marry, she tattoos the dragon on one side of her lover's back and the phoenix on the other side. As the dragon meets the phoenix, the two engage in battle, and the dragon must conquer the phoenix and smite her near unto death. He must prove himself strong enough to mate with the phoenix. Princess Ayanagi pulled down her kimono to show the beautiful artwork of a phoenix tattooed in vibrant, almost lifelike colors on her back. Slowly pulling back her robe, she opened her kimono from below, stretching smooth her leg toward Furanaku. A carp was patterned onto her skin in iridescent colors that shimmered in the light, making it appear as if the carp were real and had been embedded in her flesh as her prisoner. Captured as Furanaku's heart was captivated and captured inside of her softness, just as the carp was. The carp shall eventually become a dragon, she said, but I need you to help it grow. If it makes you happy, then I will willingly accept anything you wish to do to me, for you have enslaved me, body and soul. Thank you, Furanaku, but you do realize that you have no choice. I love you, you shall take this, no arguments. Princess Ayanagi grinned wickedly. After all, you did just agree to let me do anything to you. Ah yes, I should have known I wouldn't have a choice. You are a difficult woman, but it makes it all the more challenging. I have never known a woman who was so interesting and full of surprises. Really? Really? Wow, you must have known some boring girls then. Thank you. I really appreciate it. As much as I might act like a bitch towards you, it is just my way of telling you that I love you. Furanaku felt a profound sense of gratitude for the village that had become his newfound home. Princess Ayanagi's healing touch and the Miko priestess's wisdom had brought him not only physical, but also spiritual rejuvenation.
On that night, Princess Ayanagi tattooed the dragon and phoenix onto my back to represent our love and unity. The pain was excruciating, but Princess Ayanagi's love pulled me through it. Then we both exchanged our sashes. I gave Ayanagi my family sash, and Ayanagi gave away hers, as was the way of the Kurigai family. The next day, our engagement was announced by Elder Daisetsu, hence the wedding was to be held in 7 days. But my master had already made leave and traveled into Kyoto. It was a shame he would not be here to witness our union. Hiro Funatoki Higashi.